Alright, Schlockmeister fans, another review from my previous channel. It's the Cat of Nine Tails. Let's check it out. Here's a little girl and a blind man. They're, I don't know, they're related in some way. Uncle, niece, maybe, I don't know. They witnessed a car on that block and the old man was listening. Now fast forward to a murder. This is a reporter running into the blind man at the same location where they saw that car the night before and where the murder took place inside this building.
I don't know, sometime last night. I just got here myself.
Some sort of institute where they play with genes, like gene pools, that sort of thing, chromosomes. So the killer apparently broke into this institute and stole nothing, but just killed a guy.
So far, they report that they have found nothing.
Anybody. I'm the only one who knows what was stolen. And I know who stole it.
Well, that guy who apparently knows what really happened is about to get pushed in front of a train. He saw a photographer manage to snap a photo. He was actually here to see this starlet come off the train. So the guy in the car, when this girl and that blind man were there, his man was just killed.
You know, I didn't even notice this. You can see an arm and a hand.
So now they know he was pushed. But before the photographer can print the whole photo, unedited, uncropped, the killer gets to him. And of course steals the evidence. So apparently in Italy, reporters can basically force themselves into people's homes if they want to interview somebody.
You're going. Where's the professor?
Carlo is investigating these murders now.
No. Sitting there, posing like an aristocrat.
He meets Anna, the professor's daughter.
Well, very nice legs. It's a pleasure to make their acquaintance, but I don't care if you don't like my manner.
Later on, they're involved in a chase.
I have proof that Calabresi's death wasn't accidental. He was murdered. So I have an idea. I think maybe someone at the Institute is selling information about that secret drug you're working on to a foreign pharmaceutical company. Oh.
So this woman hides a note in her locket.
Yes, of course.
Which means she's not long for this world.
I thought we kept ourselves out of it, but
Saying is this XYY pattern indicates a tendency toward violence.
Well, it certainly represents a tendency to be abnormally aggressive. You realize, of course, that this revolutionizes psychoanalytic and penal theory.
Okay, by this time, Carlo and Anna are mating. We're going to have an incident here with some alleged poisoned milk. They're about to get down and dirty. After boning, everyone enjoys a nice glass of milk.
They what?
they tried to kill me. They did with the main switch of my gas heater.
Carlo somehow determines that the milk is poisoned.
Did you drink any?
No.
Carlo gets a hold of a thief, really, to pick a lock so he can look at some secret papers. and puts it back when he's done.
I often ask myself,
Carlo finds some, like a diary from the professor. Basically, Anna is his
satisfies me. I feel
stepdaughter, not daughter.
she doesn't love me, I'm sure.
I hope Manuel will come back to me. If he doesn't, I'll kill myself.
All right, where is he? Where's Braun?
Son of a bitch, you know where he is?
I don't know anything. I was told he was here.
There's still one clue nobody's come up with.
What's that?
The note Bianca told us about.
How do you know the murderer doesn't already have it?
They conclude that Bianca did in fact hide that note in her locket, which we know she did. Since she's dead, they decide to break into her crypt.
Plate. Take it off.
They take it off the dead body, and sure enough, find it.
It's there. I found it. Screws back on?
Carlo goes out while he puts the locket back, or at least the lid on the coffin back,
I know.
and then someone closes it and locks him down there. Turns out the blind guy stabbed him with the knife in his cane.
He's got Lori.
Laurie?
If you won't answer me, I won't get in.
We see a flashback of how he kidnapped Lori. And he had to give him the locket, too.
Hello?
The child's with me. I'll kill her unless I can be sure you won't inform the police.
Here comes Anna.
I want to talk to you. To start with the least of it, you're not Tercy's daughter, right?
I was going to tell you.
Yeah, but you're also going to tell me you're considerably more than just a daughter to him.
Meanwhile, we catch up with Lori. Bound and gagged. Back at the Institute, Carlo has blood dripping on him from above. And up on the roof, he gets into the fight with the killer, who is one of the scientists at the lab.
I had to do it. It wasn't my fault. Calabrese was the only one who knew I had the XYY triad. Me of all people, after all these years of research, I would have been ruined. What have you done with my little girl? What did you do with Lori?
I killed her.
He's lying.
Can't you see self-mind?
You'll never see her again.
After a brief struggle, he falls down a shaft. That's pretty much our film. All right, let's talk about Dario Argento's Cat of Nine Tails. I think this, you could safely say this falls into a Italian giallo film. Now, if you've watched some of my videos before, you know I'm not a big fan of giallo because I don't quite always follow them. They seem very complex, convoluted, and that's just not for me. This one also was kind of like that. However, this one I was able to follow better than a lot of them. So I think this is one of the better films. I'm not sure how horror fans rate this one, generally speaking, but if I think this is a decent giallo, then I'm guessing a lot of people think this is a great, 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 great film. A little long in the tooth. It's like an hour and 51 minutes, but it was decent. It flowed okay. The plot. Near as I can tell, the plot was there was a some science building, laboratory. They're doing some experiments on XYZ chromosomes or something like that. Basically, they're trying to isolate a gene that will maybe predispose somebody to violence, and either get rid of that gene before the child is born or get it out. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, they're trying to ultimately prevent violent activity, which, whatever. Yeah, anyway, but somebody, there's a murder at that place, and then there's a blind guy and his daughter. niece. I don't know what the hell that was. She recognized a guy who later turned up dead as well. And there was some guy within the institute who knew what was going on. He was the only person. Whoever killed the guy in the beginning didn't steal anything, but I don't know. It was just all over the place. It's hard to follow, but basically we have this reporter played by James Francisco. I think that's his name. Plays Carlo, like Giordano or something like that. He's a reporter trying to figure this out. He hooks up with the blind guy, and eventually they track it down to, like, there's a note in this woman's locket. She gets killed, and then they have to dig up her grave in the crypt to get the locket, and then somebody kidnaps the little girl, and the blind guy has to give the note to him, and then they end up on a roof. I think it was the same lab building or something, and there was a big showdown. The little girl was captured or kidnapped. She was almost killed, but they rescued her just in time, and there was after a brief struggle, the blind guy basically threw him down this elevator shaft, and he died, our bad guy, whose name was Cassoni or something like that. And that's it. So anyway, again, a giallo horror film. I think there was only one nudity in this movie. The actress Catherine Spock, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, Spaak. She had a brief topless scene. Some decent violence in here when there was. I mean, again, this was like a whodunit type of thing. And again, I think if I watched this movie 2, 3, 4 times, I'd probably appreciate it a lot more. I think it's, for me, somebody like me anyway, it's going to take multiple viewings to fully grasp everything that's going on. Because again, I have a hard time with these giallo films. I really do. But I keep watching them and try. So give me a little credit. But anyway, that's The Cat of Nine Tails. I'm sure this is available on Blu-ray at this point. I've had this DVD. Actually, this DVD was also gifted to me by a guy named Mark in Georgia, who was one of my viewers and sent me a whole bunch of movies to watch and some to review, and this was one of them. So there you go. He also gave me the movie Stone, which I reviewed just now as well. So anyway, that's it. It's The Cat of Nine Tails. I'll leave a link to the Blu-ray down below if you're looking for that, and click it and leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. It's The Cat of Nine Tails. Watch it. Bye.